Welcome to Montserrat, Spain's sacred mountain of legends, monks, and music. Let's dive in. High above the rolling hills of Catalonia rises Montserrat, a mountain unlike any other. Its jagged peaks have inspired legends, pilgrims, and travelers for centuries. At its heart lies the Benedictine Monastery of Santa Maria de Montserrat, founded nearly 1,000 years ago, where monks still live, pray, and welcome visitors today. This sacred site is also home to the Escalania, one of Europe's oldest boys' choirs, whose voices echo through the basilica with timeless beauty. Join me as we explore Montserrat's breathtaking landscapes, its rich history, and the spiritual traditions that make it one of Spain's most treasured destinations. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate your support enormously. Please share the video with friends and family. I am looking for more support and more subscribers. Thank you so much. Let us continue. Montserrat Monastery was officially founded in 1025 by Abbot Alba, though its roots go back to the 9th century, when hermits and Benedictine monks first settled there. The monks were drawn to Montserrat because of its remote, dramatic mountain setting and the discovery of a statue of the Virgin Mary in 880, which became a powerful spiritual symbol. The monastery is still home to Benedictine monks today, and it is famous for the Escalania de Montserrat, one of the oldest boys' choirs in Europe, dating back to the 14th century. Montserrat was considered holy because of its dramatic natural setting, the discovery of a statue of the Virgin Mary around 880, and its long history as a pilgrimage site where hermits and monks sought solitude and spiritual devotion. In 880, legend says shepherd boys found a statue of the Virgin Mary in a cave. When attempts were made to move it, the statue became too heavy, which was interpreted as a divine sign that it should remain there. This discovery led to Montserrat becoming a pilgrimage site, attracting hermits and monks seeking solitude and devotion. Let us take a look at the monastery. Montserrat is home to Benedictine monks, who live according to the rule of Saint Benedict, emphasizing prayer, work, and community life. Their mission includes welcoming pilgrims, preserving the sanctuary, and maintaining the spiritual traditions of Montserrat. The monks also participate in liturgical music and education, supporting the monastery's cultural role. The choir Escalania de Montserrat. The Escalania de Montserrat is one of the oldest boys' choirs in Europe, with records dating back to the 14th century. It is composed of about 50 boys aged 9 to 14, who receive both general education and advanced musical training. The choir sings daily at the basilica, accompanying religious services, and also tours internationally. Their performances are considered a highlight for visitors, blending centuries of tradition with world-class music. But why Montserrat? The monks were drawn to Montserrat because of its spiritual significance tied to the Virgin Mary, its natural isolation ideal for monastic life, and its role as a pilgrimage site. Over centuries, Montserrat became not just a monastery but a cultural beacon, a place where faith, music, and Catalan identity converge. You might like to know who built the monastery. Here we go. In 888, Count Guifré el Pelos, also known as Wilfrid the Hairy, donated the hermitage of Santa Maria to the monastery of Ripoll. Later, in 1025, Abbot Alba, one of the most influential churchmen of medieval Catalonia, formally established the Benedictine monastery at Montserrat. The abbey grew in importance, becoming independent in 1409 and later a major cultural and religious center. The tour guide did educate us about the stones and rocks used to build the monastery. The monastery was constructed using local Montserrat conglomerate rock, a natural stone unique to the mountain. This rock is a mix of limestone, pebbles, and sandstone cemented together, which explains the mountain's distinctive serrated look. The use of local stone not only gave the monastery its striking appearance, but also symbolically tied the abbey to the sacred mountain itself. Later reconstructions, especially after damage during Napoleon's invasion in the early 1800s, incorporated modernist influences and additional stonework, but the foundation remains rooted in Montserrat's native rock. The choice of stone was not just practical. It reinforced the monastery's spiritual connection to the mountain, making the abbey feel like it was literally part of Montserrat. Visitors today can see how the monastery blends into the cliffs, almost as if it grew out of the rock itself. So, Montserrat Monastery was built by Abbot Alba in the 11th century and constructed from the conglomerate stone of Montserrat Mountain, giving it both its durability and its symbolic link to the sacred landscape. The sanctuary of the Virgin Mary of Montserrat has its earliest roots in the Hermitage of Santa Maria. In the year 888, Count Guifrey el Pelos, a legendary figure in the foundation of Catalonia, donated this modest hermitage to the Monastery of Ripoll. What began as a small place of devotion soon attracted hermits and pilgrims who were drawn to the mountain's dramatic peaks and its growing reputation as a sacred site. Over time, this humble beginning laid the foundation for a spiritual cantor that would flourish under the guidance of Abbot Alaba in 1025, when the Benedictine Monastery of Montserrat was formally established. From that moment, Montserrat became not only a place of worship, but also a beacon of culture, music, and Catalan identity, enduring through centuries of change and challenge. In 1409, the Monastery of Montserrat became an independent abbey. From 1493 to 1835, a period in which the monastery underwent great reforms, growing and increasing in splendor, Montserrat was part of the Valladolid congregation. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the Monastery of Montserrat became a cultural center of the First Order. The Montserrat Music School produced important composers. The story of Montserrat is one of resilience. During the French War between 1808 and 1811, and later through the disentailment of 1835, the monastery was left in ruins and abandoned. Yet in 1844, monastic life returned, breathing new spirit into the mountain. By 1881, Montserrat witnessed a moment of triumph, the Coronation Festivities of the image of Our Lady, when Pope Leo XIII proclaimed her Patron Saint of Catalonia. But history would test Montserrat again. The Spanish Civil War of 1936 to 1939 forced the monks to flee, and once more the monastery stood vulnerable. Thanks to the intervention of the government of Catalonia, however, Montserrat was spared from destruction, allowing its sacred traditions to endure. Today, Montserrat has been modernized to continue attending to the needs to pilgrims 1,000 years after it was originally founded. I will say more about the architecture in the next video. We will be trekking, making discoveries, and enjoying the astonishing views. Please do join me in the next one. In the meantime, I wish everyone peace and good health. Please subscribe, like, and share the video. To God be the glory.